Ooh, if I had a little more pass, I could have made a good shot.
Oh!
Oh my god.
What is going on, everybody? I'm your average gamer, and in this video, we're talking reckless about all the L2 cheesing bum people that be playing NBA 2K25, and there's a bunch of them. So the only thing I really got to say is if that's your playstyle, if that's how you pulling up every single game playing, you suck. But you already know. But let's be honest, you only say you suck because you do suck. Okay? The reason you say you suck is because you don't want to face the backlash of it. If you care enough to make the build, to play as that play style, to try to win every single game playing that way, you care more than the average person. So you suck, dude. Y'all trash for playing like that. There's no exceptions, no excuses. I don't care if you're trying to save money on VC or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Playing like that makes you a straight bum. For example, these two guys right here. This is the most perfect example that I could give you. This is how majority of people are going to play this game. And very similar, dude. They do the exact same thing. Now, first possession goes great. As you can see, we start with ball, and my random teammate loses it. So, yes, I'm playing with a random, which, you know, if you're going to play with a random, you can already expect to lose. I feel like majority of the time, the odds of you finding a good random isn't always great. You know, depending on your skill level, you can definitely win with randoms. I've won a ton of games with randoms. At the same time, I've been sold just the same amount of times. Anyway, let's jump into this garbage. As you can see, my teammate did get hit with the L2 cheese. Now, he did reach, and reaching is not very good. Sometimes, you know, you can get lucky and get a steal, which is also huge, but at the same time, you're most likely going to leave the opponent open. Next possession, I do switch. I played bad defense. It's just bad defense all around. My perimeter defense isn't great, but as you can see, big man just jumps up and grabs a rebound. This is going to be the entire game. Well, until, you know, if we do end up getting the ball back, that'd be huge. But then if we miss, this is what we're going to have to deal with. So the way 2K works is that the odds of you shooting perfect isn't going to be great. You're not going to shoot 7 for 7 from the three-point line every single game. 2K is going to throw off your timing. Something's going to happen to the point where you miss. Now, they know that the point guard is going to miss. The point guard on their team will miss, but that's the whole point of the big man. That's going to stand up, grab the rebound, boom. Now, as you can see right now, I am sending a message. Of course, one of them had their message on private because they're just a bunch of fucking vaginas, right? But then I'm trying to send a message asking them, like, hey, like, why do you guys play like this? What do you get out of it? A win? Like, for sure, I guess. If winning is that important to you at the expense of having fun, that's fine. I know you're not having fun. But right here, I get a steal, and then what do you think the big man does? He just sits there, dude. And this is what they do. Since some people struggle with shooting in this game, like, dude, I'll have bad days. I'm not going to shoot consistently every single game. And they know this. So they're just expecting you to miss eventually. They don't care if you're going to score. They just, well, they know they're going to get a stop. And since it's make it take it, why play defense, right? So my random right there, he got a little scared when he pulled up. I was expecting him to miss, but he did make it, and so we're still in the ball game. Now, I'm just going to take a couple middies because I have a 93 midi and an 83 three-pointer, so, you know, of course, I'm going to take advantage of the midi. Middies are just easier to shoot way more consistently. Look, he's just backing up. I'm trying to find some rhythm. I do a snatchback, boom, easy. All right, now that's going to be this entire game. Sorry that you guys have to watch this. Now look, this dude's going to ask me after the game for a wager. Like, dude, are you kidding me? And then he's like, I only use L2 for rep, which I'm not going to lie. I guess I understand for the most part, but that's still not an excuse, dude. You can gain reps so many other ways. One, by getting somewhat decent at the game. You can get so much rep off of the big by just playing normally, dude. Like, you don't have to sit there in L2. You know what's funny is, like, people don't even pick and roll. They do the L2 stuff. Pick and rolling is still, you know, can be abused for sure. I've been playing 2K my entire life. My first online experience was 2K17. It was the same thing. You know, people running around with 6'2" shot creators, fading from three. You know, it's still pretty similar. But pick and rolling is a part of basketball. This isn't. And if I wanted to stop the pick and roll, I can at least try to make a build or have my friends that I play with make a build specifically to try to stop that. None of us care enough to want to do that. We just want to make our own play styles and have fun with it. Now that's where my frustration lies. In a game where you're able to make a my player and you have all these different character customization options, you guys are making the same build. I mean, copy and pasted as somebody else, bro. Like that's so boring and so garbage. And I've sat here a million times and said the same thing. I get it. You don't want to make a my player that's bad, put time, effort, and money into it and realize that, hey, this player sucks. But majority of the time, it's not your my player that sucks. You just suck. Now there are better builds. For example, like if I were to have a 96 dunk instead of a 93 or a 94 like the one I have now, I'd be able to get contact dunks, elite contact dunks. But I'm stuck on pro. You know, so for example, there's things I could have switched around. Like my post control is up so high for no reason other than I was like, you know, Kobe. I wanted to be Kobe at the start of this game. Now I did make a small forward because I wanted to kind of do a little bit of everything. Shooting guards do struggle in some regards guarding the bigs, whereas small forwards, they have that extra height, you know, stuff like that makes it a little bit more interesting. That's why I went with it. Literally the only reason. And it works out sometimes. You know, when I make builds like this, my whole idea isn't, you know, I need to stop the big man at any cost. No, but I would like to be able to get a stop eventually. They can score 10, 15 points on me. That's going to suck, yeah. But if I'm able to get a steal or a rebound, a block, or something like that in order to get the ball back, you know, and score a couple points here and there and try to figure it out on the offensive end, then I got exactly what I wanted. Now, no, I'm not saying you have to have that same mindset, but you guys all seem to share the same brain cell and making a two-way sharpshooter with a 99.3, 99 speed, blah, 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 you guys already know. Playing with a 7'3" center with a 99 offensive rebound, 99 defensive rebound, 99 strength. Like, bro, like that's so boring, dog. So boring. You wonder why this game's slowly dying, and it's because of the play style that you guys choose to play at. There's so many different ways to play. For anyone that knows, Joe knows, which I'm assuming a majority of you guys do. This guy's out here making LeBron builds and doing different things, and you know people are gonna sit here and complain about certain aspects, but at least he's trying something different. And he's now playing on a center build and trying that in Pro-Am. I think that's actually really cool to sit there and make different builds. I would love to see some sort of Derrick Rose build or a Kyrie Irving build, somebody with a high layup and trying to make that work out. You know, it can be done. But it's a little bit more difficult than watching somebody left, right around screens, throw it up, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're probably going to make it because they have a 99.3, but God forbid they miss, the big man's going to get it. You know the ironic part about all of it, though? Is the minute you see some Kyrie Irving build that is actually finessing, and you see all the highlights, you're like, oh my God, that looks really good. I want to do that. I find it so funny that you have to, like, see it to believe it type of energy, dude. I don't know, man. Now, this playstyle isn't going to stop me from playing. By this playstyle, I mean the L2 playstyle. It is majority of the games I play against, especially if you're, you know, doing stage or you're playing people that are, you know, higher reps than you. They tend to all play the same way. Now, not all of them. I've met some people that had really unique playstyles and really messed me up with the physical handles. Took me a second to kind of figure out how to combat that. But I'd rather lose a one-on-one than having to sit there and run around the screen constantly, dude. Like, I can get better defense doing a one-on-one stuff. You can't beat the cheese. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you all agree. Leave a like if you disagree. If you dislike the video, I'm going to be underneath your bed. Anyway.